Are you trying to figure out how to grow your Facebook group fast but just aren't sure how to get started? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Yeah, I know how difficult it can be to grow a Facebook group, especially if you're a new coach and you're struggling to get members into your group and you just aren't sure how to generate interest. You get, a couple hundred people in there and then it's just, I don't know, crickets. I mean, that's just no fun. So on this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get people into your group using a couple of different methods. And later on, not on this video, but on another one, I'll show you how to engage with them. So the first thing we want to start with is making sure that the group is a place that they're excited to be. So, if you're like everybody else out there, you're the member of several Facebook groups, but really not a lot of them keep your attention. And if you have a whole lot of Facebook groups that you're members of, you can't get to all of them anyway. It's kind of like emails. You kind of have to pick your battle. Well, you want to be the one that they pick their battle to make sure that they see. So you have to make it super compelling. It cannot be generic. It needs to be specific. Now, it's one thing if you're selling socks, right? I always use that as a reference. But if you're doing coaching, you need to be super specific about who you're serving, and your group needs to be focused around that. So everything from the title to the description to how you're promoting it just organically on your own. So let's talk about that. The first thing that you want to do with your group is make sure that your title and your description are very succinct. So you're calling out exactly who you want, very focused and very compelling. So I actually was going to pull up ChatGPT here real quick and show you what I mean. Okay, now I did this already earlier, so kind of save you the trouble, but here's the prompt that I put in. I want to create a Facebook group for women over 40, are college educated with high earning jobs, into self-awareness, improvement, married and have adult children or close to it, and who are menopausal or postmenopausal, which I guess, that's kind of redundant when you say they're over 50. That would probably be it anyway, but nevertheless. And I would like to give you 5 names that are generic and not compelling, and I did that for a reason, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And then give me 5 more names that are succinct, compelling, and will easily capture their attention. Please also make sure they are easily searchable with the Facebook algorithm. Very important. And act as if you are a postmenopausal woman and use your main pain points to come up with these names. All right, so here's what ChatGPT came up with. Women over 50 wellness group. See, that's what I mean. Flat, boring, not much to that. Menopausal support community, same thing. Mature women in focus, don't know what that means. Self-awareness for women over 50, again, don't know what that means. Postmenopausal life and health. Again, those are all just flat, and that's what most people do with their groups. They're named exactly something like that. Even if they, I saw a group earlier where they had 150,000 members and their name was very flat. Now, that can happen, but the point of your group, I'm assuming, is so you can get clients. If that's true, it doesn't really matter. You don't need hundreds of thousands of members to do that. You shouldn't have to do it that way at all. In fact, you need a relatively small amount. It's just consistently growing with the right people, not just growing to be growing. So here are the more compelling, succinct ones, and we'll pick one out of these. So thrive, beyond 50, stronger, wiser, empowered, and it's okay. How about the empowered midlife woman? Maybe. Reclaim your power, 50 plus, mind, body, soul. No. Rise and shine, 50 plus, navigating midlife with grace. Maybe. Fearless and fabulous, redefining midlife. Okay, so I don't love any of those. There was one that came up when I was practicing this earlier, and it started off with hormones to harmony, thriving beyond menopause. Now, listen, I realize that name is sort of cheesy. However, it is catchy, and it says what it means, and people immediately know who it's for. Menopausal women, postmenopausal women have hormone issues, right? So there you go. You're addressing one of their big pain points there. So I asked it to change it just a little bit to how about hormones to harmony. Of course, I spelled harmony wrong, but the empowered midlife woman. I sort of like that. And so This is what I wanted to go with. But now that I have a really good title and it's very specific, I want to get a really good description. So let's ask ChatGPT to do that. All right, let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, are you a woman over 50 navigating the changes of menopause while juggling a high-powered career, family? Yeah, that's very good. See, you're really trying to call out who it's for. Now, you're not going to be able to filter everybody out. We all know that, but nevertheless, we want to try to filter out all the people that we can. So this group is designed specifically for women like you, college educated, driven, and committed to self-awareness and improvement. That probably could be shored up a little bit and changed, but who are not ready to not only survive menopause but thrive through it. Now, I just want to tell you, and this may be just me, but using the word thrive is way overused. And so you might want to not use that or use something similar to it instead of thrive. Just if for no other, people are expecting that. So when they're reading for this stuff, they expect to see that word used a lot. So menopause and postmenopausal, and then you can read the rest of it if you want, pause the video and go through it, but you can see how it kind of goes through everything. So those are really good things to look at when you're trying to grow your Facebook group. It's a great way to get it named and get it going. Now that you have the name of the group and that you have, a really good description, and by the way, do not be afraid to change the name of your group or the description. If what you're doing is working, keep it, right? But if it's not working, why not change it? I mean, what do you have to lose? So I think people get married to whatever they put in first and they're afraid to change it, but don't be. So let's talk just a little bit about promoting it. And by the way, one of the reasons you want to have it super compelling and everything is because when people search, you want it to really catch their eye and be different than everybody else. That's the point. And so they can at least start to read into it once they see the title. So how do you get people organically? Well, there's a few ways. One is other groups. And it doesn't necessarily have to be another group that's a competing group directly in competition. It can be indirect. All right. So you might find, a cyclist group that's over 50. Well, they may not necessarily be addressing, women specifically or menopausal women or whatever, but with your group, if this was it, then you could go in there and you could comment and you just kind of see what people are doing. And some groups allow you to solicit or they allow you to post stuff, and if they do, great. There's actually lists out there of all the groups that allow you to do that, usually in the niche that you want. If you can't find one, please contact me. I actually have a couple. But you want to go into other groups and start posting so people see you as the expert, right? Now, there are other groups where you can go in and you can't solicit. We all know that. But you could go in there and, again, just be informative. And you're going to have people reach out to you. That's really how that works. So the other thing that's really right now is just working amazingly well are Facebook stories, Reels, Instagram stories, and Reels as well. The only challenge with Instagram is if somebody catches you through a story or a reel on Instagram, then they have to switch apps. So that makes it harder to get to the group. Facebook does a much better job of this. So I don't want to hear, oh, my audience isn't on Facebook. Yes, they are. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're everywhere. Okay, so let's not go down that road. They are there, and you're never going to be able to get to as many people that are on there as anyway. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't get to all of them. So don't use that as an excuse. Now, you might want to, the challenge might be you have a bunch of Instagram followers and you want to get them into your Facebook group. That I get, okay? But you still got to promote it to them. The other thing is that make sure that you set your personal profile with links. I don't know why people don't do this. Like, if you're going to promote the group, promote the group. Now, I have people who will spend all this time setting up their group, but they barely promote it. Instead, they go back and try to promote their lead magnet, which is great. The lead magnet's great. But your group is a lead magnet in and of itself. You have to make it so compelling that they don't want to go anywhere else. That's why you want to say a new kind of group, a better kind of group, not just the same old group. We're all members of too many groups anyway. So on your Facebook profile, make sure people can see it front and center. If that's where you're going to be getting clients, you got to get people to it. Do that on your Instagram profile as well. So I'll tell you this, I'm not a fan of Linktree. And the reason is because it gives them too many options. If you want to get them to your group, get them to your group. Hopefully that makes sense. So the other thing is that a lot of people that I've been running into, a lot of coaches, they're kind of timid about wanting to ask other people to come join the group or interacting with them. Got to get over that. Start friend requesting people who are likely to be your clients or could be potential clients. It doesn't mean you have to immediately ask them to join the group, but you could friend request them. Then they can start seeing your organic post, and then you can invite them later. Those are simple things that you can do. You have to just ask. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. What is the saying? You get 100% of what you don't ask for. Well, we don't want to do that with this. We absolutely have to be front and center. We have to ask and be willing to put ourselves out there and provide value. I'm not asking you to do it without providing value. And I'm assuming that if you have some kind of coaching program, that it's amazing, or else why are you doing it, right? Or it's something that you've battled yourself and you know how to overcome that, and you just want to share it. Well, that's what this is about. You've got to be willing to share it. And, expecting them just to come to you just because you put out a sign doesn't necessarily, doesn't usually happen. I think we all know that. So that gives you a couple of ideas and a couple of things that you can do organically. By the way, I just want to say this. Remember that every post that you put out, so for the next week, every post that you put out, put a call to action, join the group, even if it's a soft call to action, even if you just put the link there and you don't even ask them to. Put it out there. Make sure people know your group, know the name of it. And one thing I will tell you is this as well with Instagram that you can do is that if you can have people opt into the lead magnet first. So if you have a lead magnet, get them to opt in. Then on the thank you page, after they opt in, give them a link to the group. Now, it's not going to be nearly as good as just directly inviting people, but it's another way to get people to join your group. So everything all roads lead back to the group. So hopefully I've said that enough. Now, the other way to promote the group is using ads. Ads are a great way to to get people into your group. So let's just say you have a post that did really well or better than average and you have a call to action to join the group, boost it. See what happens. Just make sure your targeting's on point, right? Don't boost it to everybody in the United States or everybody in the world. Boost it to the people who are likely to be ideal clients. That's really what you want to do. So there's two ways that you can do stuff. You can, go after the sheer numbers of people, right? Go out to the masses and hope that you get in front of the right people, enough of the right people to make that work. And so that's what you usually see when you see these people with these hundreds of thousands of people in their group. That's what they've done. So, and that's fine. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to really be select and make your group exclusive. It's not for everybody, right? We're really doing something special in here, and we'd love you to be part of it. So you can go and you can boost a post. You can try that. You can run regular ads. We do this all day. So if you want to learn how to do that, I have a complete course on that. Please just contact me and I'll get you a link to it. I don't have it in here, or I might have it in the description. But for now, go ahead and get started. Get your group name updated and start promoting it organically. Start getting your name out there and get past that whole thing of not, feeling like you're interfering with somebody or, that they don't want to hear from you, because, there's a lot of people out there that need what you have. All right, that's all we have on this one, and I will catch you on the next video.